Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. And right now we're on yet another interesting topic, which is a tech talk on Power Your Organization Forward with Snowflake Data Cloud. Well, we're joined by Geoff Soon, the Managing Director, Snowflake South Asia. Geoff is a senior executive with over 20 years of experience in information technology industry and has a deep-rooted passion for growing businesses. He spent his career in Asia and Australia building successful teams in the software industry who are focused on driving customer excellence. With this, I now present the man himself on your stage and screen. With this, Geoff, I'd request you to turn on your camera and join us live on this wonderful day. How are you doing, Geoff?
Very well, thank you. And yourself?
I'm doing great. It's great to have you with this. I'd now like to leave the stage and screen to you. Over to you, Geoff.
Thank you very much. By way of introduction, my name is Geoff Soon. I'm the Managing Director for Snowflake South Asia. And over the next 20 minutes, I'm excited to present to you how Snowflake has partnered with many of its customers to really drive them forward in the analytics space. So if you don't mind, what I'm going to do is share my screen and off we go. So Snowflake is about a company that is 9 years old. And the premise of our company and the problems that we're looking to solve is that ultimately data is currently stuck in many organizations in silos. And not only is it trapped in silos, governance and controls really bunker down the data to really prevent sharing. And this problem has actually got worse as we progress. If you went back 10 years ago, we had all these data silos within on-premise infrastructure. But currently with infrastructure clouds such as Google, AWS, and Azure, we're starting to get data bunkered into object storage buckets. And we've also had the emergence of SaaS clouds. So things such as ServiceNow or Salesforce, where we have business data trapped in SaaS clouds. So the purpose of Snowflake is to really break down these silos, break down these bunkers, and allow organizations to bring together all their data as well as external data sources to derive new value, innovation, and insights. As mentioned, Snowflake has been in the market for around about 9 years. And what's happened is we've seen 3 significant transformations in terms of the evolution of our organization. So we started off our life leveraging the best of public cloud infrastructure to deliver a world-class cloud data warehouse. And we managed to attract hundreds, if not thousands of customers that were using Snowflake as a data warehouse. However, the last few years have really seen a significant change in the way that our customers are using our platform. So firstly, our customers started to bring more and more different workloads to Snowflake, workloads such as data engineering. Customers started to use our technology as a data lake. And this has really transformed us from just being a data warehouse to being a holistic cloud data platform. What we've seen, however, over the last 12 to 18 months has been one of the most exciting stages of our evolution as a company. And this is where we're really taking advantage of second-party and third-party data to create a data fabric, or something that we call the data cloud at Snowflake. And really the way that we see this is one global unified system that allows companies to connect with other companies as well as external data providers so that all the data you need to make relevant decisions is available to you with very, very little friction and with very little effort. So there's 3 things that we kind of see as the key benefits of the Snowflake Data Cloud. As I mentioned, it's no longer just about breaking down the silos within your own organization. It's actually being able to leverage the data within your ecosystem as well as third-party data. And I've got a brief example of that coming up. The most important thing, though, given that many of us operate in a highly regulated world, is the fact we need to also govern the data. And this is about not only protecting your data, but it's really having the right frameworks in place that make it accessible to all the people within your organization. So we're really democratizing the data through our governance capabilities. And the final thing that we believe is absolutely critical is the data has to be actionable. And more as organizations evolve, different types of personas are emerging within these organizations. You have your traditional business analysts, but supplementing that, we have data scientists, we have biz dev teams, we have parts of organizations where people are actually building new data products on top of our data cloud. So really having that ability to simultaneously address all these different personas while providing governance and access to data is really the essence of what Snowflake is offering its customers today. Now, as I mentioned, I wanted to do this, we'll take manufacturing for an example. And what I wanted to show you was, firstly, Snowflake allows you to get all the information that may sit within your organization. So you may have IoT data being generated in the production line. You may have your ERP system, which is dealing with your orders, your order to cash process. And you may have various marketing tools. Snowflake allows you firstly to leverage that and provide that to all your different stakeholders within your organization. But as you know, when it comes to manufacturing, we're heavily reliant on second parties. So we need to have relationships with logistic and delivery providers so that we can manage, for example, just-in-time systems. We need to be able to, for example, track defects with some of our upstream or downstream suppliers. And we need to be able to take advantage of data that some of our providers or partners may be providing us to really, optimize our product creation and the way that we optimize what we're manufacturing. And then finally, what really has changed, and especially with COVID being so much disruption to the status quo, more and more organizations need to leverage third-party data. So if you're a manufacturer, you may want access to dynamic spot pricing for electricity so that you can actually tune your consumption according to the best rates. You may need access to weather so you can actually manage the efficient shipment and distribution of your products. And you may be also, given the increased emphasis on ESG, be looking to always understand the environmental consideration. So once again, when I look at a modern day manufacturer, you're looking to leverage data within your organization with your partners, but also with third-party sources. And the beautiful thing about Snowflake is that the data cloud isn't just a marketing term. It's actually what around about 4,500 customers are doing today. And each one of these little dots represents one of our customers. And you can see as time is progressing, more and more organizations are taking advantage of our platform to share data across their organization and within different partners within their ecosystem. So really, if I look at what Snowflake fundamentally is, it's a combination of a best-of-breed platform that supports these 6 critical workloads, which I'll talk about a little bit more later, as well as best-of-breed content, which we're curating and making instantly available via our data marketplace. Now, one of the things that I really appreciate and our customers appreciate about Snowflake is that it's a SaaS service. So we're providing the data cloud as a service, which really means something that's critical. It just works. There's no need to tinker, to install software, to tune, to configure it. Literally, you can go, and our customers have gone to our website, they're subscribed, and they're up and running in seconds. You're immediately connected the second you start up your Snowflake account with around about 150 different data providers. And it's incredibly fast for any of the workloads, which I'll talk about soon. Now, what makes Snowflake really, really fast is the fact that it's built on public cloud infrastructure, which provides near infinite elasticity in terms of both scaling up and down. So we really just have this centralized performance engine that can take care of your BI tools. It can enable the training of your data science models. It can take care of both batch as well as streaming data. so that you can easily move the data into our platform. And the fundamental thing is that no matter how many workloads you're running, none of them ever disrupt any of their parallel or any of the other workloads. So you can have all these different workloads running in parallel with no performance degradation. As I mentioned before, part of the attraction of Snowflake is that we take care of so much heavy lifting. We've taken care of ensuring that our solution is highly available, highly reliable. We've taken care of all the maintenance and tuning. So there's none of this, vacuuming or partitioning or having to re-index your data. It's really a matter of load the data and start to analyze it immediately. And finally, we realize that many of our customers are global organizations. So they may be running on multiple different clouds in multiple different regions. And what SnowGrid allows is really the fundamental foundation of our data cloud. It's this interconnectivity between Snowflake running in various public cloud regions around the world and providing a single interface to all your data. So there's no need to be moving data between different areas. SnowGrid can take care of all of that for you and make the data instantly accessible wherever you are in the world. And what this technology has really allowed us to do is revisit the way that organizations are sharing data. The traditional means of sharing data is complex, risky, and slow. So either you're using some sort of secure FTP, you're potentially creating APIs, which are so difficult when you want to onboard new data sources, or when you want to stop or provide some fine-grained access to these data sources, or worst case, you're actually just leaving the data in object storage buckets. So, this old traditional method, a governance nightmare, you're copying and moving data. Hopefully you're using FTP or ETLs and not using, Microsoft Outlook to send sensitive data around. But what Snowflake has done is really reimagine this and taking advantage of our grid architecture. What we've allowed is effectively customers to share data with highly granular access, and the data never actually moves and it's always up to date. So rather than physically moving data from A to B, what we're doing is creating permissions within SnowGrid to allow organizations to safely and securely share data with each other. And there's a variety of ways that our customers can actually, number one, publish their data, but secondly, share it. So the first thing is we have the concept of both a public data exchange or data marketplace for the third-party data sets that I've just spoken about. We also have the concept of a private data exchange, and that's where, or private data marketplace. And this is where you as an organization can curate data sets and expose them to all the different lines of business. That's the way that we can publish the data. In terms of sharing the data, if it's a one-to-one business relationship, we can do a direct share. And the customer doesn't need to be, the person that you're sharing the data with doesn't need to be a Snowflake customer. You can almost instantly create them a reader account that they can leverage to access their shared data. And finally, you can actually start to share data in an anonymized way using our clean room technology while preserving PII data with other organizations as well. So really, when I look at what Snowflake is enabling via our data marketplace, it's allowing your business users to not only leverage the data within your organization, but to actually seamlessly access data that would improve their business analytics, that would improve the ideation phase of some innovative new product they're developing, which would improve the accuracy of the data science model. And this is what this marketplace offers. As I mentioned, over 150 providers across 16 different categories, plus the ability to share data with other customers as well. And the thing that excites me most before I wrap up is just seeing the absolute growth of our data cloud. So if we fast forward, if we go back in time, probably about 14 months, this was the state of our data cloud. We had a number of customers that were sharing data with each other, but around the edge, you could just see a lot of customers would still, they hadn't established any direct shares with anyone else. Fast forward just 12 months, and you can actually see the exponential growth of our data cloud. So what I'm looking for is to see in the next 12 months, the further expansion of this. And this will really mean that our customers are starting to leverage more and more external data sources to perform really exciting new ways of analyzing their data. They're using external data sources to come up with new and exciting business models to take advantage of the disruption that we've seen in the markets during the COVID pandemic. Just to summarize and wrap things up, I just want to give you a brief overview of Snowflake and some of our key metrics. So we're roughly doing about 200 million of annual revenue per quarter. We're roughly doing $200 million of quarterly revenue, but we're on track to get about, to reach about $1 billion this year in annual run rate. We have about 100 customers that are spending more than $1 million with us a year. But the most important metric to me is really our Net Promoter Score, which is 71. And this really means that our customers are getting value from our software and our service, and they're happy to refer other people to our technology as well. So my hope is that you take the opportunity to visit our website, find out a little bit more about us, and we would be delighted to have the opportunity to partner with you in your data transformation initiatives. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Geoff, for that.